All right. Hey, everyone. I'm here with Eric Lowry. Hey, Eric.
How you doing?
Good. How are you today?
I'm awesome.
So I
What's
wanted to, yeah, thanks for being on. I wanted you to share, I was hoping you would share your reasoning for why you came over to eXp. Now, just for some backstory for people, you have a pretty good sized team here locally in Cincinnati. You also do Dayton. And you've been in real estate for over 20 years. That's a long time.
it is a long time. It's not
You're only
almost
30 years old, Eric.
right. I wish. In my mind, I was
Exactly.
actually a week away from it being 23 years. Hard for me to imagine.
Well, happy anniversary.
Thanks. Again,
So, your team right now, tell us what the makeup is.
sure. So it's I'm the team leader, obviously, of the team, and run the sales side of our business. Essentially, my wife Lisa, who's a licensed agent, also my partner in this crazy thing we call a real estate team. Is the director of operations. So she runs all the administrative side. Again, she's a licensed agent, but she doesn't sell. She's running the business, if you will. And then we have 10 other people, other licensed on our team members. We have a sales team in Dayton and one in Cincinnati that works the
Hmm.
Cincinnati market. Those two markets have grown kind of close together, so it's
Yeah,
almost not. It's almost a little weird to delineate, but there's still a little separation there. And then we have two virtual assistants on our team that help us with various tasks, administrative and sales wise. And
nice.
we have five, actually it might be six now that I think about it. It's either five or six people getting ready to join us. So we're going to go through a pretty serious growth spurt here pretty quickly.
That'd be great. Yeah, that's exciting. I'd like to hear, I mean, I do want to hear why you joined EXP, but tell me too about has it been what has been the change in being able to recruit people to your actual team, to the Lowry team, when at EXP versus the other brokerages? I mean, is there a difference or is it basically the same?
Oh my gosh, no, it's hugely different. I don't know that when we moved over to EXP, I don't know that I understood how different it would be. I don't know
Hmm.
that I appreciated some of the things, but the most simple thing is we'll have people reaching out to us about interest in our team, and they'll say, I was researching EXP, and then I knew I wanted to be on a team at EXP. I have
Nice.
I have a phone interview tomorrow morning with the young lady where that just happened. I don't know her from Adam. We don't even have any mutual connections. And she said, I was researching and I want to be on a team at EXP. So
Nice.
yeah,
Okay.
so I that never happened before we got to EXP, and
Why
that's
do you
part of
think
why.
that is?
Because the business is EXP. There, I think when we joined 17 months ago or whatever it was, there were about 24,000 agents across the country.
Right.
And today, I think I heard yesterday that they're over 53,000 now. So
Yeah.
the company's growing like crazy, and new people in particular, and I don't think it's age part. It's more about new to the business, and people are very tech savvy these days, and they're excited about this business model.
Hmm.
So they hear about the company, and then they go, "I want to be part of that." And if
A
they have
team.
that feeling of wanting a team, then they just go looking for who are the people at EXP that have teams. And we're pretty high profile. We do a lot of marketing
Right.
with our team, so they find us. But I never saw that part of it coming. That's been awesome because
Yeah.
just we want to attract really good, exciting people to our team, and so that's been cool. And then the other part that's really helped within recruiting is, the opportunity for our agents to own stock ownership.
Right.
All of our agents are receiving stock and purchasing stock at a discount to build their wealth. And so that's
Right.
it's an extra dose of benefit of being an EXP, and that certainly helps with recruiting and retention, by the way,
Yes.
and as well as a revenue share program. So those are all things that are exciting to real estate agents or people coming into the business. And so it really has helped us supercharge our recruiting.
Yeah, well, I did think too, like, because as you know, we're a team also. I
Yep.
was thinking too, like, on the retention piece of it is huge because before it was like, especially if you brought somebody in that wanted to be on a team because they wanted to learn.
Right.
Well, and then when they learned, it was like, now what? Do you know what I mean? And it's, but even if they get off your team, which they're not as likely this time because they're actually making, because of the compensation plan, the splits can be better than they were at other brokerages, right?
Yep.
But then it's like, even if they end up deciding that they want to maybe create their own team, it's still actually not bad. Like, it's still beneficial to you to put all that time in that you spend training them, and even to help them grow their team.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it
It's
really
crazy.
is. I mean, it's made attraction or recruiting or whatever you want to call it for our sales team. It's made
Yes.
easier, smoother. Yeah, for sure.
Well, how long what were some of the reasons that, like, you brought the team over to eXp? What were some of the things that you were worried about that is the reason why you weren't coming, but now you're here? Like, talk to us about that.
I don't know that I had any reasons or things that I worried about.
Okay.
So I was introduced to the eXp business model in June of 2018 by a good friend of mine, Kevin Kaufman, who's a
Hey, Kevin. I know Kevin.
Yep.
He's great.
He is. And he said, man, you got to look at this. And I said, yep, and I appreciate that. I know you guys are going, this was before they even moved their business.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm good though. I'm super focused
Mhm.
on building my business, growing my team. That's all. I got my head down, Kevin. Like, I appreciate it. Love you, brother, but like, leave me alone, kind of.
Right.
And he respected that. We just stayed in touch, and we talk all the time about business anyway. And so he just go, how you doing? And finally, a collision of ceilings I was bumping up against at our old brokerage in terms of growth. Just I got to the point where I had enough, and I reached out to him. And I said, we need to have this conversation. I'm willing to listen now.
Yeah.
And the moment I actually listened to him explain how eXp operated and what it looked like to be inside of that, I was like, it was an instant decision for me. I made the decision literally on the spot.
Then you were pissed. Like, why didn't I do?
No,
Why didn't I listen earlier?
I think he hasn't thrown that at me once or twice too, in a good-natured way, right? But
Of
like,
course.
why didn't I do this 18 months ago?
Yeah.
But there's an age-old saying. I heard a very wise guy say a number of years ago, when's the best time to plant a tree? It was 20 years ago.
Right.
The next best time?
Now.
Right.
Exactly.
So we just went for it. I had no worries. A lot of agents believe that moving brokerages can be, tough on your business. It's going to make you, push you backwards 3 steps or whatever. I never worried about that because I knew we could use it to supercharge our business by the reach out we were doing. Look what we did. And all
right.
Last year, we made a move in January 2020, right before COVID hit.
Yeah.
And most people would go, wow, that was a great time to move. Well, it actually
was. Yeah.
It was perfect. We had the biggest year we've ever had last year.
Nice.
And, some of it, you go, well, yeah, the market was great. Yeah, but now there's more to it than that, right? A lot of growth. And so, I don't think I had any fears around it. What I know that I made the move for, though, was different than what most people would think.
Okay.
Most people would go, oh, it's because of the stock, or it was because of
the revenue share,
or oh, it's because of the cap, and those things are all awesome.
Yeah.
That's not why I moved.
Why'd you move?
I moved because of the people I was going to get to be in business with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super obsessed with that concept. Jim Rohn said it years ago. You are the average of 5 people you surround yourself with.
Right. Exactly.
I was top grading in a heavy duty way.
Yeah.
People I was going to be in business with.
Yeah.
The financial alignment of those relationships was huge as well. So that I'm not even the same person I was when we moved. So
that's something that's like, unless you've experienced it can be a little difficult to explain, but that's like exactly what I'm going through now too. It's like the connections that I have with people that are here at eXp, those people think bigger than I do. And I know from the past, like, in order to do more, I had to think bigger, and I was surrounded by people who did think bigger. But now I'm one of those big thinkers, so I need somebody that's even more of a big thinker. Do you know what I mean?
No, for sure. Absolutely. And so, when people say, oh, why'd you do it? They expect my answer to be one of those things, which are all perfectly fine answers.
Yeah.
Right? Like, a lot of people do come from stock opportunity, and I own a whole bunch of eXp stock. I'm pretty jacked about that.
Yeah.
But I didn't come for that. I came because I was going to be in business in a group, mastermind, if you will, of
Yeah.
some of the biggest thinkers in real estate. And
Yeah.
when you're around people like that, you can't help but grow.
You
And,
can't, right.
and you can't help but grow a business when you grow.
Hmm.
And it's been, I wouldn't trade any of that today.
That's awesome.
So
Well,
that's,
glad you're here and welcome. If people are interested in learning more about maybe joining your team, or they have some questions about eXp and joining, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
the easiest way, frankly, is Facebook, right?
Okay.
I'm super easy to find. My profile's wide open. It's not hidden. Like you know, go there and you want to know what I had for dinner last night or whatever. It's right there for you to see. And so Facebook Messenger is super easy. Like I get a ton of messaging in that way. They
Okay.
can always email's fine too. My email is super simple. It's just my first name, Eric at lowryteam.com, which is LOWRYTEAM.com. Those are the two easiest ways.
Easiest ways. Awesome. Well, thanks a lot for being on, Eric. Have a great day.
Thanks for having me.